except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing. I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn, because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today. Except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing. I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn, because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today. From my home, cracked and broken asphalt everywhere. I could have ended up just like that broken road, with a dead end in my path. Thank the Lord that I've got more than that. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing. I won't forget the lessons that I don't deserve, because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I love today. One street over there's a life I could have known. Things aren't
all right, good morning. Hello. This is 1100 WSGI. Hello, Robertson County. This is One Street Over. I'm U-Turn Laverne, and we are always sang in by our Ridgetop Ramblers from the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival. That is coming up third weekend in May, so put that on your calendar. Got to talk about them every now and then when I've got my guys playing, and they have such a great theme song. We just love that for our show here, One Street Over. And I just really love, too, any opportunity I have to talk to Robertson County players are in the house. So it's showtime. I mean, you guys, honestly, I get a note from y'all this week, and you're talking about it's time for 12 Angry Jurors, and that just happened.
Yes.
That just happened. So, I mean, all of a sudden, it's time for y'all to come in, and I couldn't believe it happened so quickly, because we were just talking about this.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the plays here, is it a one weekend run or two?
2 weekends.
Good, because that makes it easier. Because, I mean, man, we have these, because I hate to miss play. I absolutely love them. Welcome, by the way. Thank you for coming in. And I hit them with a question as they walked in the door. I said, you got an hour? Because I don't know that our 7:30 guest will be here. Just a little caveat here. Normally it's United Way. Well, they've got so much going on with the event tomorrow. And I've got Terry Martin's going to come in and talk to us a little bit about that, because we got a lot going at Travis Price Park. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as we get onto the show. But she had set up somebody else with the literacy walk, and I forgot to confirm with them. So we may have an hour, guys. So why don't you introduce yourselves and just talk to us about what you're doing and who's acting, who's producing. Kind of give us the radio pitch.
The radio pitch.
Not the radio pitch, the elevator pitch. I'm sorry, I'm still in a fog. I was sick a little bit this week, and you know how you just kind of can't get your legs back under you. I'm just been kind of in a fog all week, so my apologies. The elevator pitch. You're wanting people to come to the play. What are you going to say to them?
Come see the play.
Come see the play.
My name's Tom Wilson. I'm the director, and We have been rehearsing now for a couple of months, and we are ready for the show. Where the cast is I think, a really good cast, and we are excited for folks to come see the show this weekend and next weekend or both.
Yeah, come see it twice. I don't know, this one. I think I love this kind of stuff because it sounds. I don't think I've ever seen it, quite frankly, and it sounds kind of snarky in some ways, and I don't know. It just sounds like something that will appeal to me as being very. I like good dialogue, and it sounds like something that's going to have really good dialogue. Would I be wrong?
You would be right that it's got real good dialogue. And I think one of the things you need to remember about this is it was 12 angry men.
Right.
And so now
Sexist.
we have, yeah, there you go.
When you got right and you decided there's women out there, I'm just saying.
And so we have six women, 6 men.
Okay.
Some of them are playing parts that people would kind of think were obviously men parts, and really the dialogue hadn't changed, so
Okay.
it's different.
Just
and
the
it's
pronouns.
exciting. Yeah, the pronouns of all that have changed. That's right.
So what is your role?
I'm the producer. I'm Rusty Riddle.
Okay. Well, are you not in it at all?
No, I'm rarely on stage.
Okay.
I'm either doing lighting, set building, or producing. And
Okay.
sometimes being producer means you get stuck with every job
This
that
is
nobody
true.
else shows up to
I
do.
understand. And I appreciate y'all kind of reacclimating me because I forget who does what and everything. And I was, for some reason, thinking you were acting in it. But no, what you know, I mean, you could be an angry man, right?
I guess I could, and sometimes I am. I've been
love
the
it.
13th angry man there.
I love it. Well, you're right though. The producer side of it, you just anything that does not get done, the producer has to go do.
Exactly. And
yeah.
last night, Rusty was bopping the theater.
Oh,
He was
man.
bopping, so he was.
Oh,
and
man.
The producer does everything, and I would this play wouldn't have come off without Rusty being the producer. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just the way it works.
You know, and with talking about his role and your role, and there's somebody that's had an enormous role, and I'm not sure how, because of her husband's illness and stuff, I'm not sure what Connie's role is right now, and we just need to really pause for a minute and just give our love to Connie on the loss of her husband. How's she doing? What's going on there? Can you give us a quick update? Because I know I saw that they are postponing a ceremony. They're not going to have they're going to have a celebration of life later. But have y'all talked to Connie?
I have not talked to Connie, but Connie texts us, and I had a couple of texts from her, and know that, gosh, she's sad, but I think she's going to be, she says she's going to be fine.
Right.
I know she is, because she's just one of those people that gets up and carries on, and Mike's a loss to me too.
Yeah.
We were good friends, worked on several shows together. He was an excellent carpenter. One of the things he used to do for me, even when he didn't feel like it, I'd get to where I need to hang a door at a show and make it right, which is hard to do when it got little flimsy walls, trying to hold it in place.
Yeah.
And he'd come and help me hang doors.
Okay.
And he liked to do it early in the morning. That way he didn't have to fool with a lot of people.
I got you.
Mike was one of those people that just, if you didn't like you, he didn't like you.
Funny. He would have been very well cast to the 12 Angry Jurors,
Yes,
probably.
yes, he could.
Right?
Well, in fact, when we did this 10 years ago, Mike played juror number 12.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I did not know that he ever was on stage.
Oh yeah, he was on stage. In fact, the first play I did with Robertson County Players was The Diary of Anne Frank, and he played one of the Nazis in full Nazi uniform that came in and captured the Franks.
Yeah.
And he and I had a running joke. I used to call him my favorite Nazi, and
how
he just got a
funny.
kick out of that every time. And we were also in the Southern Christmas Carol together.
Okay.
He played the ghost of Christmas Future.
I had no idea. Yeah. I had no idea, and that's the thing, because I ain't from around here, and so whenever I've lived in Robertson County for a long time, but I missed a lot of what was going on here because I've always worked in Nashville. And one thing I don't think y'all knew is Connie and I worked together in radio in Nashville, and so I've always known Connie. But it was such a shock to me when I got to Robertson County and I went into Wakefield Insurance, and I'm like, Connie, what are you doing here? Because we'd worked together for years in Nashville, and then to find her here, I didn't know her history was here and that her family was here. And so it's been an honor to get to know her family after I got transplanted to Robertson County. But just wanted to, having the Robertson County players in here and not saying, we love you, Connie, and we're just so sorry for your loss, we just could not do that. So I want to go ahead and do that. But we are talking about the next play, and she said, "That's fine, Laverne. Get to it. Let people know, because I know you, Connie. I know how you are." And so we're going to get right to it and talk a little bit more about this. I love this because I love musicals, but I really like just plays without music better. I know a lot of people are going, "How dare you?" you know. But and I know you've got some people, but I prefer really good dialogue, because sometimes I have a hard time understanding the lyrical part of a song that's very integral to the plot, and sometimes I'm like, what just happened, because of the music sometimes. And so I can really get every word when it's a play that's just dialogue, and I just love it. So that's one of the reasons why I'm really excited about it, is because I'm like, I love musicals, but I like, what do you call the difference? I mean, it's like a musical, or it's just a play?
It's a drama.
It's a drama. Okay. See, I know nothing about live theater. So a drama would be no music.
Right.
So,
a drama or comedy.
Okay.
Would typically not have a lot of music involved. Although they can be
a musical comedy
or a
musical
comedy,
drama.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay,
exactly.
Okay, very good. But and we're talking about the play that's coming up. Tell me the times when we can go. What are the like? Is it an evenings, or do you have matinees or anything like that going on?
Well, the first performance is going to be this Friday at 7:00 at the Springfield Middle School Theater, the very historic theater. And then we're also performing then again on Saturday night at 7. Sunday afternoon at 2:00 will be our matinee. A lot of people do like that Sunday afternoon matinee at 2:00.
Me included.
And then the next weekend, we're going to be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights all at 7:00. So that's the 31st, 1st, and 2nd of April. At those times.
And you will do the matinee again on Sunday, or did you say that's the only matinee?
That's the only matinee.
The only matinee is this Sunday. Okay.
We have
good to know.
People that like a Thursday night, and then other people that like the Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
And so we decided, but most people like Friday or Saturday.
Okay.
So we decided we'll just do one Thursday and one Sunday afternoon, and the rest will be the 2 Friday and Saturdays.
Well, and I think that works. I haven't hit a Thursday night show, but I can see how that would work. And I think you're going to have a good crowd for this, because I think this is going to be I think people are ready to just get out after the cold and the winter and all that, and just ready to get out and do some socializing.
Oh, I certainly hope so, because we have a really great cast. I'm just tickled to death with the cast. We've had some challenges. We had a little COVID outbreak.
Oh no!
That took us out of rehearsals for a week. We had 2 jurors that had to drop out for personal reasons, but we had 2 that were able to step in and just done a marvelous job. So we're just I'm just tickled to death with the cast that we have, and it's just been a privilege to work with them, to be the director. That part of it's been pretty easy.
Tom, how many plays have you directed? Did we talk about that? That's what I thought. I was trying to remember, but I was pretty sure that this was the first one. What made you want to direct?
Oh.
You hear all the stars, it's like new director. I mean, what gets that bug in you? What gets that bug in you?
Well, you see other people doing the directing, and you see them directing folks, and you think, now, I kind of would rather have them do it this way or that way. And,
okay.
And so I just thought it was something I wanted to do, and and the 12 Angry Men that became 12 Angry Jurors was something I just felt it was a really good dramatic play with lots of history and I think America's great dramas, and I just wanted to bring it to Springfield, to the Robertson County players, and just all fell together.
Okay, and we've talked to the fact that I don't really believe I've seen it because I don't know anything about the history. You talk about the history of it and the story behind it. It just sounds a title is everything, and there are titles I go, I think I'd like that. That sounds like one I think I would be intrigued by. I have no idea about the history of this. Can you fill us in on that?
Sure. It's an unusual play because it started in television,
Okay.
came to the stage, and it started in television back during the time of Playhouse 90, and I can't think of the show that presented it. And then it was a movie, and then
Henry Fonda in the movie.
Yeah, and Henry Fonda.
Okay.
Henry Fonda was in the movie, and you can still watch that one. Now in the days of streaming, you can find it somewhere and pay a little bit and watch it. If you want to see some of the greatest do it, and then.
Was it 12 Angry Men when it was a movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So it didn't get adapted for stage to be the 12 Angry Jurors until after that.
After that, yes.
Okay.
It was 1954, I believe, was when it was presented on by Playhouse 9. I think it was Studio One or Playhouse 9.
Studio One.
Studio One.
Yeah,
Studio
that's
One.
right. It just didn't. Boop.
I
got you.
couldn't remember for sure. But it was on TV, and then when it won awards on television, it won awards as a movie. Had some of the movie had some of the greatest character actors of all time in it, and it's a classic. And I think that was one of the reasons that I wanted to do it, was it's such a classic drama. But it has matured and changed a little bit, and it's actually been done on stage as 12 Angry Women at one point, and then now it's 12 Angry Jurors.
I bet that'd be something. But I mean, and it's interesting. You say that the dialogue stays the same. You just have to change the pronouns and things like that as you're talking. But it adapts. I'm very anxious to see it. Now, whenever we start talking about the history of the play, I guess my mind immediately went to more: is there the story behind the play? I guess would be really a question. What's the plot? Can you, other than just it's in a jury room, can you give us a little bit about the plot to pique the interest of somebody that just doesn't get drawn in by a title that knows nothing about it? Because I truly never seen it, and the title I think is intriguing. It's a drama, so that's another plus for me. But can you give me a little bit of the plot basis to pull me on into it?
Sure. The basic plot is that there has been a murder committed. And this is the jury that has now heard the case, and they have been charged to go into the jury room and to determine whether the person that's been accused is guilty or innocent. And the whole play is about that long discussion and going back and forth from some thinking guilty to innocent to not guilty and back and forth, and that's the basis for it. And, they discuss the evidence, and it's very interesting from that standpoint to see how a jury works to come to a decision on a case.
Well, so I'm thinking that you're going to get, because I'm a big reader too. I love reading novels and things. So I'm thinking that from that perspective, I'm going to get the story of the incident that as they unpack the. It's not going to be just them arguing. It's going to be
Correct.
them unpacking the story. So you're going to live the story of what happened with the murder as they unpack it through the evidence, and it's a very interesting way to tell a story. And that's kind of what I figured. But I thought, okay, is it because somebody committed a robbery? What kind of crime happened that they're having to what's the word? When you're deliberate over what crime did they have to come into deliberation over and to agree on? Do they have to come to a unanimous decision and something like this? They do, don't they? In a capital case, I think, on something like that. So interesting. Yeah. See, that just you learn a little bit more about it, and it just kind of thinks, that sounds like something I'd really like to see.
Yeah, and the cast is so good. We have such a varied cast. We have some that have been in multiple Robertson County player performances. We have some that have history with other community theaters, but this is their first Robertson County players. And then we have some that this is their first time on stage. So it's really a wide variation. The character development is extremely good. So you get there's a wide variation of characters within the jury, and they are trying to decide the guilt or innocence of a young man who's been accused of killing his father. And so that's the basic plot, and it weaves through the testimony as they heard it and their interpretations of it, and it's just a marvelous study in American justice.
Well, and talk to us. You talked about the actors that are in this, and some of them will be familiar with, some not. Can you talk a little bit about? I mean, is there when you've got a cast of I suppose is there a star? I'm guessing Henry Fonda played the what do you call it, the guy who heads up the jury. I'm just blank. This is a fog.
That's the foreman, but
the foreman.
The foreman.
Oh, really? I kind of figured. I don't know. That's the forefront. So. Who's the foreman of your jury? Is that a starring role?
Really, the main character, the main star, is juror number 8, but there are several others that have a big part in it. And in fact, all of the jury, and including the foreman, have quite a few lines and have some points that they make about the case, and It's just a very interesting group that the writer did an excellent job in bringing out the different people from different strata of the economy, and it's just a great writing to bring this group together.
So I tell you what, let me go ahead and pause and do a quick break. I think our guest did show up for 7:30, but we're going to continue to talk and make sure we get everything covered, because we've been kind of talking around a little bit since we did think we might have a lot of time to kill. But we're going to go ahead and continue talking with Tom Wilson and Rusty Riddle, producer and director of 12 Angry Jurors. I want to make sure I say it right. 12 Angry Jurors, and that's coming up this weekend and next week. You want to make sure you get your tickets and that you get out to see this. It's always great fun. If you've never been to a play, man, get busy, do it, because it is so much fun. You will have a blast. We're going to pause for a second and talk about Riceman Buick GMC. My friends, they're over there at 2516 Memorial Boulevard. I've been showing off my coupon book that I got. And I mean, I've had this thing probably, I don't know, 3-4 weeks now, but it's good till the end of April. So if maybe you've got a stack of mail somewhere and you didn't look through it really well, go and take a look at it. It's beautiful coupons that you can take and use at Riceman Buick GMC in the service department. And ladies, they even have a ladies' day on Tuesday. You get 10% off. So just great deals going on right now at Riceman Buick GMC. Go dig out your coupon book and go and see their service department that's open every single day that the dealership is open. Now, their hours do vary from the dealership. You can get specifics on that if you go to ricemanbuickgmc.com. They've got a great webpage. It pops up with everything you need. As soon as you open it up, it says, order my new vehicle. If you're somebody that likes exactly what you want when you want it, and you want a specific color or a specific package, all you got to do is go to ricemanbuickgmc.com or just walk in, talk to the sales staff, and they'll walk you through the process. So simple. Their dealership hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. Saturday, they're open 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. And again, the service department's open every single day, but their hours vary from the dealership. Parts varies from the dealership hours. All that information is unpacked on the website. And they've got your ride that you're looking for to be in your driveway as you head into the spring and the summer. I know you want something new and shiny. Go and talk to them today. You may find exactly what you want there on the lot. Go and check it out. They've got pre-owned vehicles. I'm a pre-owned girl. I love my Yukons, and I put as many miles. It's kind of like a challenge for me. How many miles can I get out of this one? But they are great vehicles. Riceman Buick GMC, and go see everything they have from GMC Buick and their pre-owned lot. And when you get by there, please always tell them that U-Turn sent you. We are visiting with Tom Wilson, Rusty Riddle. Rusty is the producer, Tom is the director of 12 Angry Jurors, and it is happening. Give them the times and everything, the specifics about how they can go to the show. again, we want to make sure and kind of revisit this, and I'll promote it. I'll promote it as we continue through and make sure. So, these are my tickets. Aren't
Those are
you
your
sweet?
tickets.
Thank you so much. They're always so good to me. They give me tickets, but very, very sweet. Very much appreciated.
And the shows are this starts this Friday night,
Right.
March the 25th, and then again on the 26th at 7 o'clock at the Springfield Middle School Auditorium. It's the historic auditorium that was built back in the 1930s, and it is it's
beautiful.
The old high school. The next show would be at Sunday afternoon on the at 2 o'clock, which is that's the 27th. And then again on March 31st and April 2nd and April 1st and 2nd. I guess the first comes before the second.
Yeah.
It would all be at 7 o'clock.
Usually
That's,
works that way.
Yeah, that's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night of next weekend. And
So
we'd love to have people come. But I also we wanted to mention those other shows that we've got coming up in our season.
Oh, yes,
We've got
absolutely.
a really good season coming up. So Rusty's got them.
what have you got?
Okay, so the next play, and it's the first of the new season, is in June, and it is The Secret Garden. Stan Stanley is directing that. Lewis Walling is musical director for it. Guy Stanley is producer. I'm an assistant producer, and Karen Nicholson is an assistant.
Who's
producer.
Guy Stanley? Related to
Guy
Stan?
Stanley is one of the founding members of the Robertson
I thought
County
that.
Players.
Is that his dad?
Yeah, and that's Stan's dad.
Okay, because see, I've heard that history, and I didn't really. I'm not from here.
Right.
I don't know these names. So okay, very good. That'll be fun.
And has taught bunches of people in the county. He was
How
a teacher
cool.
for
Yeah, I knew.
50 years. Or so.
I've heard the history, but I didn't know the names and stuff. So go ahead.
And so Secret Garden, then either in August or actually starting in July, we'll probably go into rehearsals. I'm directing Our Town.
Oh yeah, that'd
And
be good.
gosh, that caught me as a high schooler, and so when I've been wanting to do it a while, we have never done it, and then following up in October will be Night of the Living Dead, something to scare you if you want to be scared, and then in February, sometime in the winter, there we'll do,
Is it?
Note the Hope, written by a local young lady, and it's about a young man that is handicapped and coming to realize there's hope, that our country, our lives are changing in such a way they're more accepted.
And it's Megan, right? That's Megan's play.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
You're friends of mine. So if you have never seen her work, she did the Candy Salad.
Yeah,
and
and
this
this
is
is
the
the
sequel
sequel to Candy Salad. Yes.
And you will want to see that. And I was pretty sure that was on. And you were saying that this is the new season because 12 Angry Jurors was actually on schedule for last year, but because of COVID, that's how it all got upended. Correct?
Right.
Correct.
Right.
It was actually supposed to have been in October of 2020.
Oh wow!
And
So
it's
yeah,
been-
we're
it's been
really
a year and a half. that
Okay.
We've been sitting here on it, just more excited. As we
Gotcha.
went.
I'm sure, absolutely. And so, what a great schedule, and I'm intrigued by all of it, and I'm intrigued to see Stan and his dad working together. I think that'll be interesting because I've heard that history, and but I don't know his father. So, well, very good. That
Well,
sounds like a good
come
schedule.
To the play, and you'll meet him because he's one of our jurors.
Oh, you're kidding? Okay. Okay, very good, very good. I mean, I'll be there at some point. I don't know what day I'll get there because my calendar mentally is going off in my head, and I'm going all these different things. So, but I believe for sure I can be there at some. I'll be there at some point. I'll make it happen. But I was listening to a preacher today. You get done what's priority. This is a priority. I want to get there. I want to see this play. So, what are we missing here? And
Tickets.
oh yeah,
You can get
gotta
your
get your
ticket
tickets.
on our website, robertsoncountyplayers.com. .org, excuse me. Put Robertson County Players in your phone and press search, and it'll come up.
You bet.
And then we have live places that you can walk in and spend your money. Home and Jewelers, Main Street Boutique, Historic Perks, White Jewelers, all have our tickets in hand right now and are ready to sell some. You can buy on our website, which is a brand new function. We came out of the local playbill that you buy tickets from. We'll make a little more money that way and be able to put back into the community.
Sure.
The upcoming season, I've already talked about being able to buy them live. I think that's about it as far as tickets. And of course, you can walk right in. Oh, season tickets, which are $50 this year, but we're doing 5 plays. That means you get to see a play for $10. Mm-hmm.
That's a good deal. And it's going to be 5 great plays. I mean, the whole list is just wonderful. So I'm excited about it. But anything else we're missing, guys? And I think I have a guest out there. I may not. I may be like, hey, go tell the folks from Literacy Walk to come in. And if it's not them sitting out there, I'll be like, y'all come back. They don't want to hear me. Well, I brought my newspaper. So I was like, that's one of the, it's just been one of them weeks, okay? All the things, in the words of my friend Muriel Barnett, just happened. Nope, they are here. Okay, good deal. And so anything we're missing, gentlemen, I want to make sure we get it all.
I just want to invite folks to come see the 12 Angry Jurors. I think that they will be entertained and challenged, and it's thought provoking. There's a lot of
I think so,
stuff in there that's just going to make you say, and that's one of those plays that you come out of remembering what was said, and you'll wake up the next day thinking about it.
That's cool.
The seriousness.
See, I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that. That's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it, and I will definitely look you guys up when I come. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. We've got Rusty Riddle, producer. Tom Wilson is our director extraordinaire. First time out of the gate as a director. So I know you're going to do fabulous. Very good.
We'll know that next week.
Yeah, I got you. Appreciate you guys coming in. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, anytime. And we'll be talking you up this week too. I'll try to get there this weekend so I can talk about it next week. So I'll do my best. God bless you guys. Thank you so much for joining us here. And we'll let you guys make the transition, and we'll be back in just a moment. We'll be back right after this. Do you stop for the school bus? Most would say absolutely. But did you know that if you encounter a bus on a multi-lane highway with 5 or 6 lanes and there's no barrier or grassy median, then both directions of traffic are required to stop. That means Highway 41, locally known as Memorial Boulevard, and Highway 431, better known as Tom Austin Highway, require traffic in both directions to stop when a bus is loading and unloading passengers. When you see a bus or a school zone, slow down. Pay attention. If the lights are flashing, watch for direction from the bus drivers and crossing guards. Our most precious treasures are on those buses. Let's keep them safe. This has been a public service message from the Transportation Department of Robertson County Schools. And we're going to pause for another spot right here. We're going to talk about my friends Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts and Gardening Store. Open Monday through Saturday. They're open from 10 to 4. Not open yet on Sundays because it's just not warm enough yet. And that's, Amy loves the warm weather, but she'll be ready to, they'll get going on Sunday afternoon here real soon. We'll reach out to her this weekend. I got to go talk to her because, I've got questions. I want some new lavender. She was telling me about some new types of lavender that she has purchased, and I've got lavender everywhere. So, I think Tom forgot something. So come on in. He forgot. There may be a coat or something on the back of the chair. There we go. You're fine. We're all friends here. But anyway, thanks, Tom. God bless you. And so when you get out to talk to them at Corbin Creek, remember, she's been talking about this new lavender. I want to go out and see that. And I want to get that for my yard to add to my collection. And I've also got to get out and get some more CBD. Because here's the thing. I am stunned at the ways this has helped me. It's helped me with my arthritis. I use it for bug bites. I have aches and pains. You can use it if you have I have really bad with the arthritis in my hands, maybe a little carpal tunnel. I don't know, but it makes all the difference in the world. But here's something too I don't talk about, but I've got really bad ringing in my ears, and it's from all of the years of radio and wearing these headsets too loud. I did it to myself. So my husband suggests last night, he says, try some in your ears. So we'll let you know if it works. It didn't work instantly, but when you get a natural product like that, that's one thing Amy and I kind of joke about. It's like, well, I didn't know it worked for that, and it helps people with sleep, and it helps with this, and it helps with that. So there's so many different things that CBD has come to help, and who knows, maybe it'll help with my ringing in my ears, but I'll let you know after, a few days or something. But it's one of those products I'm really enjoying, just kind of seeing all the applications for it. So go and talk to Amy. Go and talk to Miss Jane. Now's a really good time before it gets really busy on into the heat of the summer and the busyness that you have in a garden store. But they would love to talk to you. They're Monday through Saturday from 10 to 4. They'll extend to those Sunday hours real soon. But the number to call if you have questions, 615-384-3185, 615-384-3185. Tell them U-Turn sent you. All right. And you guys are so much better than me. I get a message from Ace that she's going to set up this great interview with the literacy walk, and I completely forgot to follow up with you. One of you got an email this morning from me going, "Are y'all pull that microphone around and let y'all go around the room and introduce yourselves?" But I sent an email out, and I was telling Tom and Rusty, I said, "Yeah, y'all I'm going to let you leave if they don't come on in here." But yeah, you'll need to, when you guys talk, you'll have to kind of share that microphone, and you'll need to get right in front of it for me. So let's introduce yourselves and talk to me about our literacy walk.
All right, my name is Ashley Tokars Robertson, and I am the Family Engagement Specialist for Connecting Robertson County.
Okay.
And I'm Laura Fair. I'm the Program Coordinator for Connecting Robertson County.
And I am Bailey Fuquay. I am the Family Coach for Connecting Robertson County.
Okay, the very first question I've got for you guys is, are y'all affiliated with the connection, like Nashville, Connecting Nashville or anything, or is that all the affiliated? What's the background on the organization as a whole? Can you give me that? Because
Yes.
I'm hearing some familiar things from Nashville, so I'm just trying mentally to make that connection.
Our program is a collaboration between Robertson County Schools and the United Way of Greater Nashville,
Okay.
where our mission is to end family homelessness. So we work with families in the community to help them. Bailey is a family coach, so she helps directly with clients, providing wraparound services. So any help and support they need with accessing public support. We have all of our services kind of in-house. So we have financial counseling, mental health, physical health, public education. If they want to do continuing education, we help them with that. And then we also have housing services where we help them access housing. And then another piece of that puzzle is we actually are working to help end homelessness by coordinating some system change within Robertson County. So it's really a great and innovative program that it's embedded in a school system that has this kind of partnership with United Way. And part of that is doing these community events and really engaging the community and our clientele with informal support network, so they can feel a part of the community, and then the community can get an idea of what we're doing. And because we know that we won't be able to fix anything unless everybody kind of works together, because homelessness is the thing that we could all end if we all wanted to.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess that my thing is, and I appreciate that explanation. I guess I was thinking more in the Family Resource Center. Is it all kind of the same thing?
Yes, we are at the
Because that's
family.
where I got confused. I was
Yes.
kind of like, I thought y'all were more.
We are at the Family Resource
So I was trying to make those
Center
connections.
with the school
Okay.
system. So that's where we're housed at. And so we do work really closely with Danielle Frazier, the Family Center
Okay.
Director, and then the school social workers. We partner with them a lot too.
Okay, see, I love how you just kind of make all those. It's the connection. That's
Yeah.
what we're doing. That's what we're doing. That's the reason it's
Exactly.
called what it is. And Ace is going, yes. Well, she gets so frustrated. We don't all have your computer brain, Ace, so we don't remember specifics. But that's because that's how I know you guys, and from the Family Resource Center. So I'm trying to connect all the dots, and I appreciate the clarification. So we've got the literacy walk specifically that we're here to promote today, and give us the dates of all that and how we can participate and how we think that that's going to help us with literacy is a huge thing here in the county.
Yeah, so we have been planning this basically all year. It's been a collaborative process with our group and then individuals working with the Title I schools and all of their services that the school provides. So the Downtown Springfield Literacy Arts Walk will be on April 9th from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. It'll start at the public library, and families will arrive and register, sign their names, and they will receive a little pass book, and it'll have fun family literacy activities that they could do at home, a map on the back, and then it'll have times of when our storyteller is going to be giving out performances at the end of the book walk. So there will be a route starting at the public library, and it'll guide you through the pages of The Rainbow Fish. It's the 30th year anniversary with that book, and so once families and kiddos finish reading the pages of the book, they will finish at the square, and Golly Gee's will be there giving families and kiddos who attend a free scoop of ice cream, and we have these awesome little goodie bags made for them that are all rainbow fish decorated, and they get a copy of the book along with some other fun little surprises in there, and they'll be able to have fun and listen to the storyteller afterwards, and so we're really, really excited about it.
I love this because honestly, when you hear about a walk, okay, it's like you unpack it for me. I'm thinking, okay, we're going to get sponsors and we're going to raise money. And so I'm in my head, I'm going, how's this, what is the money going to go? That's how I'm unpacking it, because when you hear about a walk, that's where your mind automatically goes. It's nothing like that. Yeah. It is a family event. I love the engaging part of it, and you walk through the book. I didn't know anything about this, so thank you.
And it's really great. The book is in English and Spanish.
Okay.
And we will have members of the Spanish Honor Society that will be there to help read the book to those individuals that want to come that speak Spanish. And so it's the same book, and it's like the English is a paragraph and then the Spanish. So there's no difference in the book, and we're really trying to engage all communities to come out and really enjoy the visit.
We need to get somebody that can speak Spanish over on the Spanish side and promote this. Do y'all have somebody within your organization that's bilingual?
Yeah, we could probably have Evelyn, who's our district translator, might be able to come out and talk about it.
Because I think that's something that they would love to promote over at WDBL, and we'll just have to make that connection, because this is such a cool event. I'm an avid reader. I love reading, and when I see people that struggle with it and haven't discovered it, they're just missing it. They're just missing so much when it comes to your academics, but just to I'm never bored. I keep books on my phone. One of the best days is when you keep me waiting in your waiting room. I'll be honest with you. If I have an appointment that runs a little bit late and I've got an excuse, I got stuck in an appointment, I get to read, and I just love that. And I just wish everybody knew about that.
And with COVID, we really wanted to do something that was going to still be safe and allow families to get out and do something fun, since everybody's been trapped at home for the last 2 years. So it being outdoors will still allow everybody to get out and be a part of the town.
Well, see, and we've got we're awesome here in Robertson County. I mean, we've got just such an amazing square and just such amazing opportunity, just the beauty of it. And we'll just be praying right now for good weather to be with us. And I love this. I love this idea. I love the whole premise of it. I think it'll be a wonderful day.
Yeah, the city of Springfield had given us a grant too to do it, so that really allowed us to purchase the books. I don't know if people are aware of how expensive books are right now and how long it takes to get them. So the fact that the city of Springfield really helped us out, the Chamber of Commerce, the Tennessee Arts Commission gave us a grant to do it, and then the Stokes Brown Library has been really great. Where all the kids will get a little fish as they go around, and then we'll put little sparkles on it. If you've read the book, when you read the book, you'll understand why we do that. And then at the end, they'll be able to put the fish on a banner, and then that will hang out in the community as part of our art project to kind of incorporate that and to encourage the kids to read. And then the kids from the school that come out the most participation from a local school, we're going to help whatever classroom has the most kids come. We're going to do a pizza party or something for that class. And then we're asking teachers to volunteer. So whatever school has the most teacher volunteers, we're going to give the teachers some lunch one day. So we're really hoping to get as much participation as possible.
So I love it. I love it. This is going to be a lot of fun. The literacy walk, not what you think. Don't go get sponsors. You're not going to like pay for the mile. A literacy walk is an opportunity to explore a piece of literature that, again, 30 years that's been around, and something that will maybe ignite that fire in your child to pick up a book and read. Is this the first one y'all have done, this literacy walk?
Yes,
is this
it's
a
the
new
first
event?
one, and it's only like the route is 10 minutes long, so round trip is 20 minutes. So we're not expecting, it's not a huge,
day.
it's not a day, it's not, because we really were mindful. Ashley has a little, a 2-year-old, so we know what it's like to have to wrangle children.
Oh, yeah.
So it's nothing, it's all sidewalk. There'll be a policeman there that will direct traffic, and there'll be lots of volunteers, so it'll be really safe, and we'll help you with your kids. But so it's not anything strenuous. It's just a nice walk for just a little while. So
I love that. And do you want to add anything? We've kind of just left you over there.
Well, this is Ashley's baby. She's been in charge of orchestrating this with Laura's assistant.
Get you on the microphone there.
And I am,
No, on that one. You can use that one. There's two. There you go.
and I'm newer to the team, so I'm just along to help however I can.
I got you. Well, she's here, so we got to say hi, But because I just love this. I love what you do. I love this work. I'm having been for me, because I've had you guys in from Family Resource Center, and we've talked about anything that spins off from that. So that would be fair to say that's what this is.
yes, and that's what Bailey can talk about, is some of the work that she does with families. Maybe if a family needs some help, Bailey can.
Why don't you go ahead and address that?
Yeah, so
Because it's an amazing program we have here in Robertson County.
So I, being the family coach, I'm kind of the first point of contact for our families when they're referred to us. We schedule a meeting, set up a time to do a little bit of an interview type interaction, just to get to know them and make sure that our program is a good fit for them. And then we determine what needs they have. Often it's housing. That's a huge need. And along with that, there are some other barriers that many of our families face. That could be financial, that could be employment, it could be education, mental health services might be a need. Any of those sort of wraparound services, my biggest portion of my job is to connect them to those services and to make sure that they are removing those barriers so that they can be successful and support themselves without needing an organization like us behind them. But we just have an opportunity to help them get on their feet and to get where they want to be in life, so that we can reduce poverty and reduce homelessness in Robertson County.
And it's about the kiddos. I mean, it's about these kids living, and these, the people who you're helping, the adults, a lot of times they're somebody's kids too, and a lot of the time this is generational. Very, very often it's generational, and just what's how they've grown up. They don't know any better. Nobody's ever taught them, and you're intervening. And I love you guys, and I'm so thankful for what you do.
Yeah, and
I really do.
Yeah, and that's the role of the coach, is to really, well, she's not like a therapist, she's a coach, so she is there to help and teach them, and kind of, not always be the best friend that's like, we got to break these cycles, we got to do these pieces, because they do have a mental health piece, and we are breaking cycles. And we delivered food yesterday to a hotel with a 6-year-old girl inside. I mean, that's in our community. That's what we're trying to change, because I think everybody would agree that that's unacceptable. I think right now we're at 300 kids that we've identified as homeless in the school system.
In Robertson County,
In
y'all.
Robertson County.
In Robertson County.
And they're not homeless people that are living on the street like stereotypically people think. They're homeless children that are living in hotel rooms or living with friends and families on the floor. I've said a couple of years ago, when I first started this job, it was shocking. The city gave us some money that they raised for a tournament, and the first things the social workers thought of to buy was air mattresses, because so many of our kids sleep on the floor when they're homeless at other people's houses, and then they get lice and all those other things that kind of happen. I was like, that's just so sad. That's the first thing they thought of to buy. With extra money would be air mattresses. So it really is a problem that is really unseen.
Oh, it's with the work I do up at the Madison Church of Christ and Benevolence. I met a family yesterday, 2 little ones, and they were living in the car. So I mean, and that's one of those, you can't ignore that. You've got to let social services know about it, because kids don't need to be living in cars. And there's other places for them. And Isaiah House, I'm wearing the Isaiah 117 house. I mean, that's another piece of it. But this work is so important in connecting. I love you, Ace, for making these connections and helping us to do this. I love what United Way has done with this, and just love that we have this in our community. Can't say enough about it.
Yes, the
so
fact
proud of the
that
work y'all do.
Dr. Causey and Mrs. Levitt, the Director of Student Services, has kind of really supported this program and really, have been anything that we need. They're very, want to help us as much as they can, and they're really committed to it. So it's been really, really great. And then we have received a mini grant from the United Way to help us renovate our Family Resource Center. So we're in the process of working with that, where Katie Did It Designs and Simplified and Organized has volunteered their time and energy and creativity to help us do that. So we're really excited that in August we're going to have a big open house. So we'll have invite the community to come out and see our refreshed and refurbished space. We're going to have computers for our clients to come in and apply for services that we can walk them through. So we're really, really excited about the impact that this grant and the partnership we have with the school, United Way and the school, to be able to work and do this amazing stuff in the community.
Please reach out and let me know when that's happening, and we'll promote the open house for sure. I mean, we definitely have to come in and talk about that. I've got to go ahead and pause. We got about 10 more minutes, but we're talking with everyone. We'll let them reintroduce themselves in here just a minute because I don't have it all written down. But they're with the Connect Robertson County, and it is in association with the Family Resource Center and with United Way, and they're promoting their literacy walk, which is wonderful event. Just, I love the sound of it. This is not what I was expecting it to be, because like you, when I hear anything walk, I think it's a thing where I'm going to get sponsors and I'm going to come and walk or run or do something to raise money for an event. And so I love getting details. It's amazing what happens with your understanding when you just get a few details. So thank you guys so much for coming in. And we're going to pause and talk about my friends Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. Go out and see them. Give them, reach out to them at sellwithbecky.com, BUYRobertsonCounty.com, and connect with them, because this is a crazy time in the real estate market. If you are buying or selling a piece of real estate, don't do it by yourself. If you're trying to sell it and everybody doesn't know about it, you're not going to get that money above and beyond what the appraised value is, and that's what's happening. All of us hear stories about friends that are like, well, I only had to pay $20,000 over the appraised value, and your chin drops. But that's what's happening right now. And I heard somebody talk about more than that they had to pay for the appraised value to get the piece of property that they wanted. You've got to have somebody on your side that understands the real estate community to be able to navigate that. And when it comes to getting those kinds of crazy prices for your real estate, you got to have a marketer on your team, and that's where Barry comes to the table. He was a marketer in Nashville, vice president of a marketing company for many years, and went full time with real estate a few years ago. And between him and Rebecca's one of the first in the area to be a seniors real estate specialist. She knows her stuff. They are one of us. They've been up in the Cross Plains area for over 20 years. You're going to love working with them. Good friends, and you will see them at the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival. They are sponsors, and Barry is on the board there, and I'm so proud to be able to see them there and to work with that as well. I get to host it again this year, but they give me permission to promote the festival in their spot. But don't wait until the festival to visit with them. Reach out to them today at sellwithbecky.com or BUYRobertsonCounty.com. They do buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky, but they specialize in us, Robertson County. Go and see them today, and please tell them that U-Turn sent you. And we are talking with Connect Robertson County, associated with Family Resource Center and United Way, and just bringing that whole pool together. I got to pause for just a second. Mike Ellis, congratulations, 3 years sober. Love you, brother. He put that up this morning, and he's one of our loyal listeners here. And so I definitely want to just give a shout out to you, Mike. Way to go, buddy. I appreciate you and love your example. But got to get that in there. That's important. That's a big deal. 3 years sober. Man, that's awesome. But getting back to it, I want y'all to kind of walk us through the whole process again so everybody knows the times, the dates, and the details and how this whole thing works. Because the literacy walk is not a walk like you're expecting. It is an event for your family. It's going to take just 20 minutes. It's not going to take you a whole day, and you will be blessed by it. So walk us through it again.
Yeah, so our Springfield Arts Walk will be on April 9th from 9 a.m. until 12. It'll start at the Stokes Brown Public Library. You and your family will park at the library. You'll get out, you'll register, put your name down. You'll be given a pass book that'll have fun family activities for you to do at home. It'll have a map of the route on the back of it, along with show times of when our storyteller is going to be giving out performances at the end of the walk. Once you're done with that, you will start on your way, and you will walk I don't even think it's half a mile, so it's really, really easy. You'll follow the crowd. You'll have all of our volunteers and chaperones guiding you throughout the walk. Each page will be blown up, and there will be Spanish translators there reading the Spanish version of the same book and same paragraph as the English version. And once you finish the book, you will end up at the Springfield Square, and there will be Golly G's ice cream waiting there for you to give you some free ice cream, and you'll receive a goodie bag with a copy of the book and some other fun little surprises in there. You'll decorate a little rainbow fish along the way, and you can hang that up at the end, and you can go listen to a storyteller. He's got puppets and just a bunch of great stuff, and that'll be over at the museum where it'll end.
And there's ice cream. Did you catch that? There's Golly G's ice cream in that. I just love it. I think it's a wonderful thing. But because I have attention issues, tell me the time again. Because I was looking at
9 to 12.
Yeah, but it's like I said. Okay, it's not that I don't have to be there at this time. I can come and go. You're going to have probably, how many times will the storyteller tell the story, do you think?
He has shows starting at 9:30, 10:30, and 11:20. So there will
be three
different
opportunities.
Yeah, 3 different shows, and we really wanted to spread it out. That way people can come after their kids have soccer or baseball or go to church or anything like that. So...
But, and that's one thing is I was thinking about my grandson's baseball schedule, and I don't think they've, well, on the 9th, yeah, they're into baseball at that time because that's 2 weeks from this weekend. Mm-hmm. I'm a grandma here, I'm mama, I got to think about the baseball schedule, but I just think it's going to be a wonderful event. Got to pray now for this great weather, and I'm excited about it because this was not what I was expecting. When she said, I was going to literacy walk. Not what I was expecting at all, and I just love it. I think this will be an annual event, don't you?
If this goes well, it'll
totally
be an annual event,
yeah.
And we want to incorporate other towns of Robertson County. We want to go out to White House. We want to go out to Greenbrier. We want to go, anywhere that we can go to really help engage the community and promote literacy.
I gotcha. Well, we want to have one always in Springfield, though. We need to have one once a year.
We can totally do that.
I was going to say, no. I mean, I live 2 miles from the studio, so Springfield is our hometown, and so once you do this, everybody's going to want this every spring because I know those historic district people. I mean, they're going to be like, where's our literacy walk this year? Because once you give them something, they're going to want it every year. I've got a lot of friends over there, so I'm just teasing y'all. So, but they're going to love this. This is wonderful.
Yes. Oh, and then if I can plug one other thing, yes, we'll be very happy. Our recovery event is tomorrow night from 5 to 8. We'll be there. There's inflatables, free food. All you have to do is show up and talk to each of the vendors, and then you get a ticket, and then you can use those tickets to get the food and the inflatables and all this fun stuff. So I really want to encourage people that are looking for something fun to do tomorrow night that's free, all free. Please come out and enjoy and have some good time with us.
Well, and tomorrow tomorrow is Faith Friday, but I said, I don't know if there's anything more special than just really being engaged in your community and just the outreach. And so I called Terry Martin and I said, come on in Friday morning from 7 to 7:30 and let's talk, because there's a baseball tournament tomorrow night, and you bring in quarters for that, and that goes to Laundry Love, and so that's all connected. You've got this drug awareness and event going on. Jessica Drake was on here on Monday. They're going to have the drunk goggles, so people, they're going to have all these cool things that may be the seed that keeps your child from going down a road they don't have to. And it's just, and it's fun, and you get free food. Golly geez, is going to be there at this too, I think, right? I'm pretty sure there's ice cream at this too. So, the Golly geez is really good. If you haven't had it, it's so good. But it's going to be a great event tomorrow, so we're going to talk a little bit more about that tomorrow morning as well. But just great stuff that's going on, and I appreciate you guys so much. What are we missing? We got just a couple of minutes here, guys. Anything else you want to throw out there?
I don't think so. I think Springfield is a really amazing town. I am not a native of Springfield. I'm from Connecticut originally, but my husband and his whole entire family have grown up here. And so being able to have this program and submerge ourselves into the community is really, really amazing. It's so cool to see all the different events and people come together and all of the different programs and things going on that I had no idea even existed until being able to be a part of the
Welcome
community.
to the South, right? We take care of each other. And my husband's from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. He ain't from around here either. But I didn't grow up here. But I'm from very nearby. And what else have we missed? Anything else?
No, just if you are needing help or you're in a situation where you need assistance, please give us a call. You can, my phone number is 615-946-1474. That's 615-946-1474, and you can or pop by the Family Resource Center. It's part of Bransford Elementary. We're there every day from 8 to 3. You can find someone there that will help you, and we'll see if we can help you, but we're there to help out and see what we can do.
And you want any final thoughts?
Yeah, I'm just excited to see everybody out at our book walk and can't wait to engage our community and our families in this really cool event that we're about to have.
I love it. Literacy Walk. It's not this Saturday. Well, it's 2 Saturdays. It's just 2 weeks from Saturday. It's happening 9 to 12.
9 to 12.
9 to 12. And you start at the library, and it's only about 20 minutes. Doesn't cost you anything, right? It's all free.
And you can go to our Facebook page, which is Family Resource Center and Connecting Robertson County, and it has event information, and everybody should like it anyways because we're always posting everything that we're doing, so people can come out and do that.
Awesome. Well said. And again, just so proud to bring all these connections together. I'm so glad you cleared it out in my head. United Way, Connecting Robertson County, Family Resource Center, they're all working together and making a difference in our community. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming and being a part of the show. Thank you for being a part of the show today. This has been One Street Over, and we'll be back tomorrow with Terry Martin talking about what's going on at Travis Price Park tomorrow night. We'll be talking about all the events going on there, and we will visit with my friend Gwen Harder and talk more about our Faith Friday segment here on 1100 WSGI. God bless. Have a great day.
Time's gone by, I've traded. I've wasted so much of my life, chasing after the wind. Yeah. Always felt like the next thing would be the thing that would fill the craving, fill the craving. What did I think I would gain if I had the whole world? The life I built up is a liar. No matter how hard I try.
Ron Jordan with your local news from WSGI. The Tennessee Department of Health is out with its weekly COVID-19 updates. There was more than 300 cases per day last week. There were also an average of nearly 30 COVID-related deaths per day between March 13th and March 19th. There had been more than 2,018,000 COVID cases in Tennessee since the outbreak began. A Mount Juliet High School student is facing weapons and drug-related charges. 16-year-old student was arrested yesterday morning after a search of the student's vehicle found a handgun, 2 knives, about $600 in cash, drugs, and a ski mask. Authorities don't believe the gun was inside the school yesterday. No students were threatened. The curtain goes up on the Robertson County Players' production of 12 Angry Jurors at 7 o'clock tomorrow and Saturday, Thursday, March 31st, and Friday and Saturday, April 1st and 2nd, at Springfield Middle School's historic auditorium. The story initially broadcast as a TV play in 1954 under the title 12 Angry Men and was later adapted for stage and a movie. For more information about the production, go to robertsoncountyplayers.org. Governor Bill Nee's legislative overhaul of Tennessee's school funding formula is advancing. Senate Education Committee approved the bill yesterday after making major revisions, including giving the State Board of Education more authority to define what unique learning needs should get additional money.